Today I am at Point Beach State Forest. There's the lighthouse right there behind me and Lake Michigan over there. We are just outside of Two Rivers, and I'm going to see what kind of amenities and what the campground is like here at the State Forest and see what there is to do besides playing on the ocean over here on the sand. You know how you can never find the right skipping stone when you have the right water? Well, that is not the right water for skipping. But look at these stones. Now, if you're coming here for day use, there is the general parking area as soon as you come in, right by the main entrance building, and that was kind of full, so I stopped there just to get my bearings. Walked just a few feet out by the lighthouse, walked down the beach a little, and then discovered this parking area that is right on the beach by this little picnic area. So just get in and turn right and you'll find a parking area right on the beach. I'm going to do a tour of the campground now at Point Beach. I am going to start up at the Nature Center Lodge. This lodge actually has breakfast and dinner. On Fridays they have a fish fry, but I stopped here for the ice cream. There is bike trail that kind of comes and goes here, the Rawley Point bike trail, and that's where we are now. We are going to begin at the top up here, do the big loop around and down to the bottom, and then go back up and do the inner loop then. There are a few sites that are on the outside edge of the main road on the lakeside. Now, this lakeshore is going away little bit by little bit. This actually seems kind of generous in the space between the parking lot and the lake now. I don't think there's that much room left. They have done some attempts to hold back the shore to protect the lodge here, but the rest of this is starting to fall away, and a couple good storms could eat away towards some of these campsites. Lied a little bit. I can't start at the top. I have to start at the bottom because that's the way you go in. So right away, well, I got to go up to the middle and come back down. So you enter from part way up in the middle. So we're going to do that and loop around. We begin this tour at, looks like, Site 3. There, sorry, Site 3. This runs along the edge of the entrance road. It's a narrow little road through this stretch. There's Site 5 with a bumper pole in it. We got Site 7 on my right. Got a little toilet. 4 on my left. I do not understand the numbering here. 6 on my right. 8 on my right. These are small sites. At least they won't hold a lot of equipment on them. 10, a little bit of a back end site if you have something to bring in. 11 on my right. It's got a camper van in it. 9 on my left. 13 on my right. All pretty small and or difficult to maneuver. 12 on my left. 15 on my right. 14 on my left. 16 on my right. And now I am back out at the entrance road and have to restart. Alright, coming to the entrance, which is across from the picnic area on the water. Alright, sites 1 through 16 to my right. Passing the shower building. must have been 17, 18 on my left now. I've got a couple of little dogs here. I gotta sneak past. $19 on my left. That is electric. 21 on my right is electric. Actually, 21 and 23 look like they're a shared site with electric. 20 on my left, non-electric. 25 on my right. 26 on my right. I have a little body of water on my left that flows through here. Yeah, 30 on my right. Sorry about that. I'm right along the edge of the entrance road here. 22 on my left. I don't know which one that is because these numbers have not been making sense to me. I got 28 on my left now, followed by 27 and 29, which seem to be shared sites, and that kicks me back out to the road. Alright, coming back to the campground entrance again from the other side this time. This is where you enter all the sections. Alright, that was 17 through 30. Let's go straight forward and see what we find in 31 through 62. There's quite a few sites in here. 31 ahead of me is the handicapped pull through. Oh, well. Narrow road, tents and trailers only. Okay, so this section not for RVs. Starting with 35 on my right, 32 on my left. There is a pop-up in there. They squeezed one in here. 37 on my right, 33 on my left. Like I said, these numbers do not make sense to me. 34 on my left. 35 on my right. Very small. There's not a lot of room for equipment here, that's for sure. 41 on my right, 36 on my left. We are in very wooded sites. 38 on my left. There is some standing water here though. 43 on my right. 40 on my left. 45 on my right. 42 on my left. All very small, tight little spots. Definitely designed for tents. 47 actually has electric. 44 on my left. 46 on my left. I hit some toilets here. 48 on my left, 49 on my right. All very snug campground here. 51 on my right, 50 on my left. And right now 50 says it is closed due to flooding. 53 on my right, 52 on my left. That's actually 52 is kind of big. 55 on my right. Park down below, camp up above. 54 on my left. All of these are kind of climb the hill to your campsite. 57 on my right, 56 on my left. 59 on my right, 58 on my left. 60 on my left. 61 on my right. One more on my left, 62. And then I am back out at the main road again. Alright, coming in again. A little congested down here. Everything starts in the same spot. Okay, that was 31 through 62. Let's try 63 through 73 to my left, I think. I see some RVs in here, but it's tight all around. 63 on my left, these are electric. 65 on my right. There is a trailer back there, way back there. I got another one closed due to flooding here on my left. 68 is electric. 66 on my right. 67 on my right. Looks like they've been adding some gravel to some of these sites because of flooding. 70 on my left. 69 on my right. 71 on my right. 72 on my left. They are tight together here. 73 is closed for flooding. And we're popping out to another exit loop here. This time when we enter, we're going to go straight ahead and take the big loop north. Alright, trying again. Alright, going straight ahead this time. 75 on my right, 74 on my left. These are, again, they have some big RVs in here, but I'm sure it was tough to get in here. 78 and 80 on my left, 79 on my right, 82 on my left. These are all electric and they all have RVs crammed into them. 81 on my right. You got a shelter on my left that has water coming right up to it. We are crossing the Ridges Trail. It's 83 on my left. 84 on my right, and we have water coming right up to these sites. 85 on my left, all of these have water all the way around them. 87 on my left is closed due to flooding. 86 on my right is also closed due to flooding. 89 is also on my left. 88, some of those were double shared sites. 90, looks a little high and dry. 92 is not. 91 is high and dry. 93 is there. We got a little pull down to that dead end. There's two sites over there. More closed due to flooding. 89 on my left. 99 on my right. But water all around those sites. 100E is closed to flooding. 101E is closed to flooding. 102 is high and dry, but backs up to water. 103 is closed to flooding. 105 and 107 are a shared site, plenty of room there. 104 is high and dry. 109 is up in a dry spot. 106 is up in a dry spot. Again, electric. 108 goes back quite a ways. That's a deep site, and that is an easy one to back a big rig into, because you line up over here and then you can go straight behind you. 110, not very big, and water on all sides. 112, I got a little scamp in there, seems appropriate size. To 111 is closed for flooding. 113 My left has a pretty big rig in it. 114 has lots of room in there if they can keep it dry. 116 maybe a little low. I'd be a little nervous over there. 117 on my left. Got a good safe place for a tent. 118, got a very small pole behind here, electric. 119 on my left, it's got a pop-up, seems appropriate. It also has a paved entrance. And that is it. We have another shower building over here on the left. And that brings me out at the top near the nature center and concession stand and the beach. 120 on my right. And there will be a few more I'll hit on the road going down. But let's go over to the nature center for a minute. Well, considered lodge and picnic area and concessions. Well, that's Point Beach. I don't know what to say other than I think this one needs some help. Half the campground's flooded. That's the beach. They've made some attempts here at the nature center and the lodge, which was built by Civilian Conservation Corps, to shore up the shoreline here, put in rocks, put in some concrete slope, but here's the pier. It's fallen into the water. There's almost no beach left. You have to kind of clamber over some wood as you follow along it. There's a little bit of rocks here and there. You can go wading out if you want to swim. That's not a problem. But the beach is disappearing. And the campsites, half of them are in water or surrounded by water. It's just not in a good state here right now. So I'm sorry to disappoint, and I have to be honest. I wouldn't want to book myself here, and I'm kind of glad I didn't. I am booked further down towards Sheboygan tonight. They've even got a little sign here suggesting to enjoy the open water and kayak along the open lake and stay at places like this. The sign is right at the top of the pier that's broken. You can't stop here on a kayak right now. And it's going to be interesting to see when I get to the beaches further south what shape they're in. But this is almost unusable. And another year, I don't know if it will be. So, not my top choice. So if you find this useful, thumbs up or thumbs down, I don't care. If you have experience here where there was a beach, please tell me in the comments. Tell me what it was like here before. Because right now, I'm not seeing it. I'm very disappointed. Well, that's Point Beach. Got a lighthouse to take a picture of, a little bit of water, and a lot of mosquitoes because it's all standing water around the campsites. Thanks for watching.